Good morning. Happy day, all. Boonchild here. So today I am making a keto Salisbury and steak. Most of it's going to take place on the stove, but for now we're going to mix up our beef mixture. So what I have here is about 1.5 pounds of ground beef, and all I'm going to do is add some of this Montreal steak seasoning, and you can season with whatever you want. I just like this one. And to that I have 3.5 ounces of crushed up pork rinds. I'm not sure if I'm going to use all of it yet. We'll find out in a minute. And that's just for the ground beef patties. Yes, we're going to make these in patties, and then we're going to cook them up on the stove. So for my sauce, I'll be using some heavy whipping cream. Normally I would use beef broth, but I'm all out, so I'm using a packet of Lipton Recipe Secrets Beefy onion. It's got about 5 grams carb, that's per tablespoon, but this is going to be mixed up, you know, in the pan, so it's not going to be, it'll be minimal. And just a little bit of tomato paste. This is 6 ounces, but I'm only using like 1 or 2 tablespoons. Just add some flavor. And I may or may not use some xanthan gum. And then I'm going to be using 8 ounces of sliced mushrooms. Alright, so all I'm doing to the beef here, just going to mix it up. That's it. This Lipton stuff has some dried onion in it, so originally I was going to add some onion to this, but I'm not going to do that because of the onion in that. Alright, so now I'm just going to mix this up into my patties. Now this is 22 ounces of ground beef. It's almost 1.5 pounds, something like that. And I'm going to make as even as I can patties, you know. I'm not so perfect with them, I could measure them out, but I'm just going to eyeball it, and what happens, happens. Now this is a keto dish, but my husband, my son, my daughters, they'll actually eat this because it's like Salisbury steak. And then who doesn't like a brown gravy? And they'll have theirs over rice, and I'll have mine. Honestly, I'll probably just eat it, just the patty with the mushrooms, or I might have it over some cauli rice or cauli mash, something like that. My kids, like I said, will have white rice, but you could pair it with, you know, zoodles, you know, or even shirataki noodles if you wanted, something like that. Okay, so I've got it all ground up, and I'm not going to use all of that. Let's see, what do I have left? I used 3.5 ounces. Alright, whoops, bring my scale here. So I have 2.2 ounces left. So I used almost a full ounce. So you gotta use your judgment, and it also depends on how much ground beef you use. If you have more ground beef, then you know you want more. Alright, so I will meet you at my stove. Stay tuned, and thanks for watching. Here we have 6 patties. I didn't make them even. I try to make my husband's a little bit bigger and my son's, and then my daughters, they eat small ones, but you can do, you know, whatever you want. So they are on the second side now. I already flipped them once, and we're just trying to get a good coat, you know, seal on there. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, you know, just cook it for a little bit. And see, just a little seal. There's still some pink around the edges, you know, but that's going to be fine. So all I want is a good seal on these, because they're going to be simmering in our sauce for a while. Okay, so I'm just going to take these out, and I'm not going to drain that beef fat, because I'm going to cook our 8 ounces of mushrooms in there. Don't worry about the patties. They don't have to be perfect because they are going to simmer for quite a while. I like to slow cook my Salisbury. Okay. So now I just have the mushrooms. 1 cup. I mean 8 ounces. Now this is on a medium. I'm turning it down. And we're going to let these cook up. And when these are ready, I will show you what to do next. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Mushrooms are kind of big, so I'm just kind of cutting them in half a little bit with my spatula here. If it'll let me. There we go. Yeah, and they're going to shrink up smaller, which is fine. It's what we want. We all know mushrooms, once they're cooked, they get really soft. But yeah, these are huge. So I just want to break it up a little bit more. Just like so. Normally I would have my exhaust fan on, but it would be really loud with the camera going. Okay. So I'm going to turn this down just a little bit more. And I'm just going to add a touch of butter. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. I just want a little bit more flavor. And I like the flavor of the butter. Use whatever butter you have. Okay, let's give that a mix. Alright, now I'm going to turn it down even more. Now this is, you know, it takes a while to do this, but I really believe that slow cooking these in this saucepan like this just gives a nice, tender, soft Salisbury steak. And when I was growing up, Mom used to give us the banquet Salisbury steak, which my kids love, and I still treat them to it once a week. But I can't eat those. Alright, so I've got 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, and you may need to use more, you may need to use less. Okay, not less, meaning you may need to add to it. Can't really take it out, it's already in there. Okay. Now in this cup right here I have 2 tablespoons of the tomato paste, which I added 4 ounces of hot water to mix it up, so it will soften it up a little bit. I'm going to add that. This just gives it a little bit more kick. Like I said, I normally would use a, you know, beef broth, but when you don't have any, you obviously can't use any. So I've got to use what I have. I'm going to add some pink Himalayan sea salt, just a little bit, or a lot of it, whatever you like, and some ground pepper, black pepper. Alright, I'm going to give that a little mix real quick, just a little one. It's got that red color, but that's going to change. Like I said, that's just, you know, for flavor. And now I'm going to add in some Lipton's, 1 package of the Lipton Beefy onion. And that's why I didn't add any onion to my patties, because there's onions in this. Now this is what I want to do, just kind of give it a little mix. And it smells really good. Now I am going to taste my sauce, because I need to make sure it's got the right flavor. So let me do that. That's good. Okay. So I'm going to leave this like this. Now heavy whipping cream is already thick, so I don't really want to add any xanthan gum right now. We may choose to add some later. But now what we're going to do is just going to add in our patties, like so. Okay, number 6. And I'm just going to spread it out. There's going to be a lot of sauce on this, and I'm just going to flip it over one more time because I want to get it covered. Alright. Alright, and now I'm going to leave this on my 3. That's actually about 3.5. I'm going to leave it at 3.5, and we are going to let this just simmer on a slow cook for about 20 minutes, and then I'm going to
check it, mix up the sauce, and flip them over again. So we'll be back shortly. Thanks for watching.
I don't know if I mentioned it or not. I don't know. You want to put a cover on it. So it is simmering at about, I got it at a 4 for 20 minutes, and then we'll check it then. Stay tuned. Thank you. Okay, so it is 20 minutes have been up. It's got a nice golden color to it. And now I'm going to flip them. Yada yada. And I am not going to add any xanthan gum to this because I think it's just the right amount of thickness in it. If you want to add a little thickener, you could. But for me, my family, this is plenty thick. And I can't wait to eat it. So yeah, these patties shrink up really well. So if you have like a big package, that would give you more. But I made 2 meals. I made something else with the other half because my girls are picky eaters. Well, my twins are. My little one, Bella, is not. She's going to look forward to these mushrooms. She loves the mushrooms. But yeah, this is, I mean, I could just eat this with a spoon, and I probably will. So I'm going to let these simmer for 20 more minutes, and then we will try them out. Okay, so thank you for watching today, and stay tuned. So I will meet you back at the counter in 20 minutes. Moonchild here, if you don't know who I am. So our Salisbury steak is ready, and it is looking really good. I don't want to tip too much, or I'll have a nice blooper on my hand. It is a nice golden color. I'll insert pictures so you can have a better view of it as well. So it only took 30 minutes to cook because I did check it, and I shut it off at 30 minutes. So look at that. Ooh, it looks really good. And there's plenty of sauce here, and it's plenty thick enough. So it is going to go great on top of cauli rice, cauli mash, just in a bowl. And I do believe I have some pasta in the fridge, plain pasta. My husband might even enjoy it over that. So let's dive into this. It smells incredible. It just smells really good. I don't know if you can see that bite or not. That's just a piece of beef. I'm going to try the beef, and then I'll try the mushroom after. I'm not going to blow in your face. That is so good. Really good. It's nice and tender. Really, really good. I didn't do anything fancy with the pork rinds. I just used my rolling pin and I crushed them. And I used only an ounce. I didn't use that entire bag. So it was 22 ounces of ground beef with 1 ounce of the pork rinds. And it's so quick to make. I mean, yeah, you gotta let it simmer, but I think slow cooking it just makes it so much more tender. So I'm gonna try a nice little bite with a mushroom. And honestly, this sauce is so good. I mean, you could just eat the sauce like a soup. I mean, literally, I would, because it's so keto friendly. All right. That is really good. Really good. Just the Montreal steak seasoning in the patties, and then into the sauce itself, the Himalayan pink salt and some pepper. Really good. That is so good. Now this is just 6 patties. You could, honestly, if you had another 22 ounces of ground beef, I think it would work just fine with the amount of sauce that's in there now, because there's a lot. I mean, there is a lot. You'll see in the pictures, this casserole dish is pretty much full. But I think it's better to have too much sauce than not enough. And honestly, it's like a really, it's like a soup too. Like a thick soup. It's good. It's good. Very good. If you try this at home and you make it the way I made it, I hope you enjoy it, because I really, really liked it. So I'm drinking my collagen coffee, and this morning I'm drinking a macadamia nut coffee, and I do believe I heard Christy at OK Keto. I went to Tuesday morning and I found the coffee. I was looking for the peanut butter and chocolate. They had it, but not in the brand that Christy was talking about, which I believe was Jason Scott, or Scott Jason. I think Jason Scott or Transit. One of it. You know what? Let me look. Hang on a second. Yeah, it's Jason Scott. So I did find this one, the macadamia nut. So thank you, Christy OK Keto, because I did not know that they had this, and I love macadamia, and this coffee is freaking awesome. I love it. So anyways, kind of went off on a little tangent there as my coffee is sitting there, but it's really good. So thanks for watching today with my keto Salisbury and steak. Have it over your favorite side, like, you know, if you're a traditional eater, eat it on mashed potatoes or regular rice or brown rice, whatever you want. It's really good, and the flavor is going to go with any of those sides, you know. Just make it and make your own, you know, make it your own. Thanks for watching today. I do appreciate it. Until next time. Bye.